All right, there we go. Just fixing things up. Hello, everyone. This is Chris Assis, founder and teacher of Bautans Constructing Dance. You probably already know that since you're here. This is our last Tango Movement Lab for this year, and we'll resume in 2025, of course. So, for today, what you're going to need is a band. So if you don't have something like an elastic band, you can either use like a flexible T-shirt, or maybe even like a scarf or something like that. Something that has a little bit of elasticity. Don't worry too much about it because we're not going to use it right away, but have it by your side. We're going to start without shoes, or that's my recommendation. You can always wear something comfortable. Just make sure that they're not heels because, as always, we're starting with some more experimental movement. And what we're going to be working on today is space, shape, and direction. So that's going to be our focus for today. And you'll see the two upcoming blog posts on that at bautans.com. So, with no further ado, I want to just adjust this camera just a little bit so you'll be able to see my feet. There. Yes. Yes. Fantastic. And we're going to get started. We're going to start with a dance, and I'm going to put our music on. What I want you to do is don't create any don't think that you need to create any elaborate movements or things that speak directly and only the tango. What I want you to focus more on is enjoying the movement and basically feeling your weight as you move. So let's just do this just a bit for without any music on just yet. Let me just see how we can adjust this. There. I think that's better. Yeah. Okay. No, you still can't see my feet. All right. That's fantastic. Okay. So basically, if we are to start moving, this would be one way. You're just moving around, right? But I want you to take some time and really feel your weight every time you take a step. You're like, oh, okay. So you might need to go slower, and really feel how the weight of this arm, for example, as it's coming out, or the weight of your torso, as it's rotating, or really like where your pelvis and your hips are over your foot, and if you're lifting them up or if you're rotating them around your axis. So really use this time to feel your weight. Feel your weight as you are moving from one foot to the other. That's the idea. So nothing too elaborate. Just take this time to feel your weight as you're moving through space. Okay, let's see. What do I have here? Um, 3 minutes. That should be good.
Reality, I hate you more than reality, I hate you more than ever. You are the one, you're nobody, you're everything I can. But I don't know if I love you forever. Oh, what crazy things I say. I always knew we meant to be together. But oh, my something keeps saying no. And in the end, I'll say goodbye, my lover. Sitting here, I'm all alone. I'm smoking in the dark. Keep wondering, babe, should I have left you? If I believed in fairy tales, then surely I would know that all my dreams came true the day I met you. Oh, what crazy things I say. I always knew there would be no tomorrow. Oh, my everything says no. And in the end, my heart is full of sorrow. Oh, what crazy things I say. I always knew we meant to be together. But oh, my something keeps saying no. And in the end, I'll say goodbye, my lover. Oh, what crazy things I say. I always knew there would be no tomorrow. Oh, my everything says no. And in the end, my heart is full of sorrow.
Pause. There we go. Okay. So, um, so this was our warm up dance. Let's do a little bit more of it, but without music, and I can guide you a little bit more through it. So the let's start, and this way I'll have the opportunity to connect it to tango. So usually what we do is we set up in our position, and you get ready to dance. You come into your embrace, leader or follower, whatever that is, and you set yourself up to what you've preset your shape should look like, whatever that is. So instead of that, I want you to start one step before that. Uh, Find yourself, take a couple of seconds to just feel your body in space in your room now as you're doing this video. Just take a moment to say, "Oh, I'm here." Just standing, not really doing much, not making any decisions for what's next. Feel your feet on the ground, on your floor, on your carpet, whatever that is. Um, so just feel your presence in your space. Yeah. And feel gravity, right? Feel this force that's keeping you here, keeping us here. So, yeah, okay. And of course, as you're following along, you can spend more time with any exercise than I'm doing. We just need to carry on. So, um, when you probably have heard me use the word relax in a different way than usual. Relax doesn't mean being absent, but since we're here, um, or collapsing, right? So if you were to collapse now, notice how your presence fades away. So you just let go. Right? Notice how your presence fades away. You're not awake in your presence. Now, if you start with just creating some warmth in your fingertips. Wake up uh, to that sensation. Be like, oh, this is interesting. Now bring your hands together and start creating some warmth there. Wake up to that sensation. Like, oh, okay, something interesting is starting to happen. Now start with little pressure and wake up. Feel your arm waking up to that sensation and do both sides. Like, oh, okay. And then make your way up. Oh, maybe rub your shoulders and feel them waking up to that sensation. Right? And do both sides. Yeah, yeah. Just and notice that it's not that you're like, haha, good doing a bicep curl, but it's starting to tone up. You're like, oh, I'm awake, I'm here. That's that kind of feeling. And do some gentle shakes, or yeah, shakes, I guess, and wake up to that sensation, and do that in your belly as well. And notice how that goes all the way down to your hips and creates a funny wiggle, like if you have pets, that dogs or cats, be like, ooh, right? And now settle and notice the awareness of all those parts. Just let them wake up to their own presence. Almost be like, oh, and notice your hands, your arms, your torso, your belly, your hips, your feet, your legs. Oh, we didn't do legs. That's okay. There we go. Yeah. Thanks. Right? And be like, oh. So now notice that you are relaxed. You're not like, ooh, tensing up, but you have not lost your presence. So you're not collapsing. You are relaxed, but you're toned. So this is a kind of place where we want to be. Oops, sorry. It seems like someone. Okay. Okay, there we are. All right. So this is the place where we want to be. So from here, I want you to start moving your weight from one foot to the other to start, and just notice. Feel your weight going from one foot to the other. Feel the difference. Feel how this is a different state than this, and go super slow. So the nervous system sends this message to the higher cortex. And this is what also meditation is about. Meditation to don't put you there running around. So take this time to be like, oh, what is happening here? Just allow for the different parts of the body to wake up to their presence moving. And you're, oh, okay. And then feel the weight of this leg moving now, swinging through space. And you can do different things. You don't need to copy the teacher, but I want you to really feel your weight, the weight of the different parts of your body as you're moving from one side to the other for now. Oh, okay, wow. And notice your legs, how heavy they are. They're like power machines, right? We carry a lot of weight. Right, there we go. And you can do the same thing if you start adding an arm. So instead of if you just move your arm up and down, it's like, yeah, right? Just swing your arms. And now do it with the focus of, I really want to notice the weight of my arm. Notice how this is so different. Oh, yeah, huh. And you'll notice areas where you're like, this is getting glitchy. So, okay. And you'll notice areas where there's ease. Yeah. Okay, this is easy. This is not so easy. Okay, let's go to the easy part, right? And so if you were to stand, feel your presence here in this moment, feel your weight going through your feet into the ground. And now move your arms and really feel their weight as you're bringing them up and setting them up in the embrace, and be like, ah. And really notice this shape. And you can let it go. And do if you were doing a follower's embrace, do a leader's embrace, and vice versa, just to have the feel of it. And come up and notice this presence. Be like, okay, notice the shape that you are creating. And let it go. Okay, so we're gonna walk. I just want you to walk around. I'm gonna create some space for myself and go really slow and feel every moment of this movement. Feel the weight as it's changing from one foot to the other. Feel where you're getting tension and see if you can adjust things. Feel how the different parts of the body are adjusting in this movement for you to go forward. And feel the weight of the free leg that's coming through. So different things. Take your time. And don't focus on everything at the same time, because that's not helpful. But notice what things you're capturing. Be like, oh, anything interesting, press save. Here we go. Oh, music, yes. Is this was this good? I guess. Let me see.
It seems a dream. Help me, I am helpless, cried the beggar to the thief. Help me find a home again, I need safety and relief. I'm weaker than the smallest breeze, I've lost all my belief. Come with me, the thief replied, I'll show you a land that's free, where no doors ever closed unto the likes of you and me. For just as you cannot steal the sun, you cannot steal all that I've seen. friend. I'll be the shadow on your path round each and every bend. As I stand before you now, naked until the end. All is well, the thief you love. Let's hit the endless trail. You will be rewarded fast as long as you don't fail. I'll pick the locks upon the gates of heaven, and they will sail. Roam until I roam no more. Run until I run no more. Run until I run
Oh, okay, that can really get in your head. All right. No. Pause, pause, pause. There we go. Okay, so as we're moving on, let me just see. Okay, good. So as we're moving on, if you are already part of the Bautans community, then you've probably have seen an exercise that we did for breathing. So sorry, there we go. Okay. So we've basically, this is just one exercise, one way to explore breathing. The reason we're doing it is because I want us to dive a little bit deeper into internal space and how we can explore that. A lot of dance practices really focus on extending, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it, from my perspective, it needs to be balanced from with compression as well, because that is also a function, something that our body does. So we started with exploring our moving with our weight, really feeling how our weight moves through space, and the different shapes that we can create in our body. And I want us to continue in that process. So let's add a little bit of breathing, and yeah, we'll talk about the rest afterwards. So one breathing practice. It's not the one and only. There are many of them, but let's use this one. Is one that focuses on the relationship between the thoracic diaphragm, the one that we all know, and it has like the two domes here, right here, and our heart sits on it. So when you breathe, your heart moves, by the way, and your pelvic diaphragm that's at the pelvis. So imagine that they are like two bowls, and we want to create this relationship between these two bowls. So after the introduction, let's take a moment like we did before. Find a position where you feel comfortable standing. Really feel your presence here. Really feel the weight, your weight going through your feet into the ground. Feel your feet against your floor. So find don't try not to shy away from your presence, but really allow your body to be awake in your presence. And once you found that, you'll have this relaxed but ready to move sense of being right here at this moment. So you place one hand that's going to mimic the thoracic diaphragm. It's a dome like this. And the other hand that mimics the pelvic diaphragm. And so you have a bowl and a dome. And these two, when you inhale, they will expand and come closer. And when you exhale, they come back to where they were before. So what happens, I'm just going to move a little bit closer so you can just see my hands, is as this dome, I'm making it bigger so you can see, as you inhale, this dome expands, and so the tip of it drops. And then as you exhale, it comes back. So we have like an internal pump. And the same with our bowl. So you have your bowl here. And as you inhale, it expands. And as you exhale, it comes back to its bowl. So that's what I want us to do. And I'm going to stay close to the camera so you can see me a little bit better. And so one inhale, one exhale, so we can start together. And I'm not going to say inhale, exhale. You do it at your own pace. But when you inhale, the domes expand and they come closer. And as you exhale, the domes go back to their original shape and position. So here we go. Let's take a few breaths together. Notice how that changes your awareness of your spine. Maybe you're starting to feel a little bit taller already without pulling. Notice also that if you lose your presence, this is very common, it will create a stickiness in this movement. So if you are here, use this. So you've probably lost the awareness, the feedback from the pelvis and your tail. So use this to find that presence again. The hands help because they give information. Maybe you need more feedback here. The hands can be your guide. And see how slowly I'm like, oh, gaining back that presence of the pelvis. The beauty of this is that I didn't go from here to here by pulling and bringing additional muscle work than what I needed. But following, allowing for my breathing pattern to expand and following the hands as a guide, I allowed my body to readjust. So there is compression. Oops, suddenly this hand is floating up. And expansion, but without pushing and pulling. Let's take 4 more breaths like this. And keep doing what you're doing with your hands. And now slowly put your hands away, but keep doing the pattern. Three more breaths. One more breath. And then just take a moment to just be here and breathe normally, like you usually do. So, and notice how much more aware you are of your two diaphragms and all the movement in this area and of your spine and your pelvis and almost the whole body. Just take a moment to let that sink in. I'm here. All right. So, um, feel free to stay as you are. We're going to put another song on. And what I want you to do is um, just walking, not doing anything fancy yet. But what I want you to do is feeling this compression and expansion, this compression and expansion, not exaggerating. You see if we, as you were following through with the breathing, it's not intense. So it's not like, but there is compression and expansion, compression and expand. There is this bounce, right? So um, as you're moving, try to feel that. Okay. Um, mm, Okay. Playing around. Okay, so pause. There we go. So the idea is that, not the idea. What we're trying to do is, yes, you need the expansion, but you also need the compression to bring your legs, your arms, different parts of the body into centration. If you've been following, we've been talking about centration quite a bit. So um, I want us to stay with this concept of compression and expansion. Maybe you need to spend some time with the hands on your the two diaphragms at the beginning. Maybe you need to spend some time just being here and feeling your gravity and the gravity and your weight. So don't feel that you need to start moving right away. Our next exploration is on moving with the bones and really being aware of the bones. And I'm just going to bring Skelly in a little bit closer. And I'm going to bring the little Skelly a little bit closer as well. And just to show you that we are of a very odd shape, very odd. So not only we have uh, these curves are not just created by uh, adjustment of the same bone, but basically it's the shape of the bone changes as well. It becomes bigger and chunkier at the base, and it's also set at different positions. We have these discs in between that are nice and meaty and can take compression, same as the discs here at the pubic symphysis. They can take compression. So our body feeds from that. And we've also, if we were to look at the bigger picture, right, we are, nothing is exactly, oops, there we go. Talking about linearity. Nothing is exactly straight. See? Right? Nothing is quite of a simple shape. So, and also, what's going on with you? There. And also, we are not, these odd shapes are connected again in angled connections. So they're not parallel, the connection is not parallel to the floor. So I want you to use this dance, use this song to feel these shapes, feel how they're moving in space. If you need to place a hand on, that also helps, like we saw with the breathing, but also give yourself the time to let go of your guides, which are your hands, and really feel that body part itself moving, right? So we're not relying only on the guide, but we're waking up to the awareness of the body part itself. um, Let me see. How is this? Nope, that's not the song that I was looking for. Thank you. There.
Louis, c'est inouï tout ce qui m'arrive, de croire encore et toujours au mystère. Je cherche en vain dans le puits de tes silences une réponse à mes envies passagères. Louis, une nuit, une seule aura suffi pour que mon corps sache qu'il est en vie. Désormais, il est tout à toi, prête-moi le tien. Encore une fois, laisse-moi rêver dans le creux de tes bras. Oh, laisse-moi t'aimer comme pour la première fois. C'est parce que pour ta peau, je donnerai mon âme à la chaleur de tes mots. Vois mon cœur qui s'enflamme. C'est parce que pour ta peau, je donnerai mon âme à la chaleur de tes mots. Vois mon cœur qui s'enflamme. Louis, oui, je valse sur les souvenirs. Je ne connais pas plus grand bonheur que celui de te voir sourire quand le jour pointe ses lueurs. Louis, je t'en prie, revenons en arrière. Lâche tes doutes, lâche tes faux airs. Je cherche en vain du bruit dans tes silences, une réponse à ton absence. Laisse-moi rêver dans le creux de tes bras. Oh, laisse-moi t'aimer comme cette première fois. C'est parce que pour ta peau, je donnerai mon âme à la chaleur de tes mots. Vois mon cœur qui s'enflamme. C'est parce que pour ta peau, je donnerai mon âme à la chaleur de tes mots. Vois mon cœur qui s'enflamme. Entends mon cœur crépite de douleur en attendant que tes lèvres lui glissent quelques phrases en suspens. C'est pour toi mon amour que je pourrais gueuler ton prénom mais toujours, mais je t'aime enragé. nager. Oui, c'est peut-être cru, c'est peut-être insensé, mais quel mal m'a pris de me prendre de Louis. C'est parce que pour ta peau, je donnerai mon âme à la chaleur de tes mots. Voir mon cœur qui s'enflamme. C'est parce que pour ta peau, je donnerai mon âme à la chaleur de tes mots. Voir mon cœur qui s'enflamme. Mais quel mal m'a pris de m'éprendre de Louis. Mais quel mal m'a pris de m'éprendre de Louis.
Let's hit pause for a second and music is yes. So let's see. I know this is not an easy task. So we have been let's just recap for a second. We've been trying to find really feel our presence in space, wake up to this awareness of being here, feel our weight and how it gets fueled into the ground through our feet. Feel gravity, feel your weight as you are moving from one foot to the other and as you're creating a dance. So if we were to take 2 steps, say with this idea in mind, right? Just feeling your weight. Right, yeah. Feeling the weight with every step. Okay. And then we added on, and what we did was, okay, let's keep getting a little bit deeper. And we saw this pump that we have that's internal, and it's our 2 diaphragms, and they're speaking to each other, and they're expanding and coming closer when we inhale, and they come back to their bullish look when we exhale. And so if we were to take a few moments, I'm going to go back, find that, 2 breaths. Feel your shape changing. And then with this concept of compression and expansion, let's take 2 steps. And oh, sorry, by the way, I do not mean that you go like that's mechanical, right? But feel this bounciness in your system, in your body. When you're ready, you take 2 steps. Feel that you need this compression. You need your leg to compress in, come in to centration. So then you can go. And let's do the same thing going back. So you feel this bounce. And I'm exaggerating so you can see. You feel this bounce. And see how this is very different from the 2 steps we took right before. And now we're adding more to it. And we said, all right, we are these very odd shapes that nothing is exactly linear. Things are like sculpted, and they have a little bit of a bow-like condition. So our leg bones are not straight, they're slightly curved. Our arm bones are the same. So you can see, if I stand it closer to you, this quality, it's not straight, Nothing is straight. Our thorax, this cage, right? Nothing is really straight. So we wanted to play with that concept. So if we get back and be like, okay, how do I move with the bones? And our first instinct is to go like, no, but that's more muscle. I want you to really let the bones, really feel your bones moving. Try to focus on that. Maybe you just focus on one area, like the knee, let's say, or the hip. Something, if it's something you can actually touch, it actually does help. They're like, oh, okay. See, the quality of it is very different. Your muscle tone should be quite low, that you can, again, not collapsing, still being present. And you'll notice that if you adjust your hips, your leg will come through, which is quite interesting. So see how this is very different from what we were doing before. Let's take another back step. So if you start working with the bones, the quality of the movement and your experience of the same movement changes completely. And you start noticing that there are shapes that you can create that are almost unimaginable if you just ignore all of the things that we just did and say, this is my position, something that's choreographed, something that's mechanical and wore over your body. So try with me. Get into your tango position, the way you know it. It's almost like I'm throwing you out of this class. Right? Get into your tango position and take 2 steps. Completely different. Right? It's like, oh, what just happened here? So let's go back. Let's go back. Okay. So find your presence in the room. Feel the weight of your 2 feet. Feel your weight going through your 2 feet. Connect with your breath. Let's use this pattern again. Take as many breaths as you need. Feel this bounciness. Feel how your mind has shifted. And take 2 steps, and now with all these concepts together coming to life, really feeling your bones, but also the weight and the bounciness in your body. Really, this is a completely different body moving through space. Okay. We're going to have more time with that. Absolutely. So one last concept. Do we have time? Oh, no. Oh, my God. Where did the time go? Damn. Okay. Okay. That's fine. So grab your elastic bands. It's going to help us with bounciness. One thing that has a lot of bounciness, and we've talked about it before. That's why I want it. So it's not exactly new concept. Is fascia. So it has a bounce and an elasticity, and to connect it with what we were doing before, it has rhythm or has speed. So your fascia response speed is different than mine. Everyone's is different. And it has bounce, so elastic recoil. If you go past your barrel of movement, you'll notice that it's like it can get snappy. So it has limits, and you can go past them but you would have to work in a different way to come back. It's not in the bounce. And it has continuity. So it goes around every part of the body and through. And it needs stimulation to stay hydrated. That's what allows our different organs to slide against each other. You don't want things to get sticky. So if you grab a band, I want us to do one exercise before we close, or two actually. One would be just to move with a band and make that movement continuous. So remember we were doing this expand and compress, and you'll notice that if you go beyond, you kind of lose it. There's a moment where you lose it. It's like, okay, which is, it's not bad necessarily. It just changes the quality of the movement. I want you to stay within your barrel, and you can feel how it goes around your back. Oops. Around your front. It goes everywhere. Mm-hmm. Wraps you around. Connects your toes to your head. All right. And now using this band, I want you to go forward and rotate. And notice where your bounce back is. So this movement is continuous. So you're not doing right? Almost like water. Water. And if you put all of these other elements we were talking about before, the compression and expansion, the weight, and feeling the bones, feeling the movement of your bone system, your skeletal system, and feeling the qualities of the fascia. And let's reverse. And one forward, one back, one forward, one back, change feet, one forward, one back, one forward, one back. And take a moment, release the band, which was now working as our guide, and do it yourself. Feel your thorax, how it's moving, the ribs, the hips. You can place your hand on it to work, let it work as a guide. Change side. And with all this in mind, and I'm going to leave the rest for next time, I'm going to put a tango song on. Feel free to wear shoes or not. It's just our closing, as we always do. I want you to take a moment, allow yourselves to play, meaning take a moment to step away from the exercises, from the explorations, and enjoy moving. Things will come up, will occur. Um, Capture them, save them, but don't make this dance another exercise. Allow it to be a dance. So, okay, let me just put my shoes on just to feel a bit more comfortable. And let's enjoy our last song together for 2024. I think I'm going to go back to Loredo because I like him. Oops.
Personal. Have the power.
No. What's going? No. Oh, sorry. I didn't press the right button. Okay, there we go. This one. Let's do. Okay. The core was failing. All right. All right. So this brings us to the end of another Tango Movement Lab. I hope you enjoyed it. The recording will be on very soon, so you can follow along. And if you haven't joined us at the Bautans community, please do so. There's going to be a lot of extra extra resources for this. It seems simple, but it's not as simple if you tried it. So I want to share with you extra videos and resources that you can use to go deeper if you feel that you need to and if you are interested. So if you haven't joined us, join us at bautans.com and you'll hear from me soon. So happy holidays. If you are celebrating, I hope you'll have all your loved ones with you and you'll enjoy this holiday season together. And yeah, we'll be in touch in 2025. Bye bye.